In this video we are going to talk about 10 dividend stocks for buy and hold investors. So before starting, please like this video and subscribe to this channel for our future updates. Not all great firms pay dividends long enough to be included in the index, but they can still be great long-term income investments. Here is a selection of dividend-paying stocks with strong brands, devoted customers, and favorable demographic trends. Number 10. PepsiCo Incorporated, NASDAQ, PEP. Dividend yield of 2.6%. PepsiCo, NASDAQ, PEP, is a worldwide food and beverage corporation. The corporation, which was founded in 1898, has grown to become one of the most well-known multinationals, with UBS analyst Sean King stating that its 2022 fiscal year estimate shows both expanding sales and a defensive earnings model. Comments like this, made in October, demonstrate that the company is a buy-and-hold dividend investment. PepsiCo Incorporated, NASDAQ, PEP, exceeded expectations with a $1.79 EPS in the third quarter of 2021. Revenue was $20.19 billion, an increase of 11.6% year-on-year, and a $797.43 million increase over expectations. PepsiCo Incorporated, NASDAQ, PEP, is up 10.48% year-to-date. By the conclusion of the third quarter of 2021, 61 hedge funds out of 867 tracked by Insider Monkey owned roughly $4.4 billion in PepsiCo, and 66 hedge funds had around $5.2 billion in stakes in the preceding quarter. Number 9. The Coca-Cola Company, NYSE, KO. The dividend yield is 3.04%. Coca-Cola, NYSE, KO, is another consumer staples firm that produces and distributes beverages. The Atlanta-based company has increased its dividend for 59 years in a row, making it one of the best dividend stocks to buy and hold. Fanta, Sprite, and Fresca are some of its brands. In November, Morgan Stanley analyst Dara Mohsenian reiterated an overweight recommendation on the Coca-Cola Company, NYSE, KO. The analyst also expects the stock to reach $65. The Coca-Cola Company, NYSE, KO, reported 65 cents EPS in the third quarter, 7 cents above forecasts. A year ago, the company's revenue was $10.04 billion, exceeding projections by $32.89 million. Coca-Cola, NYSE, KO, has gained 5.06% this year. In the third quarter, 61 hedge funds held $25.1 billion in the Coca-Cola Company, NYSE, KO. In the second quarter, 62 hedge funds owned $24.9 billion of the company. Number 8. Medtronic plc, NYSE, MDT. Dividend yield of 2.2%. Medtronic plc, NYSE, MDT, is a company that distributes and sells medical devices. The company was started in 1949 in Dublin, Ireland. Its main operational segments are the cardiovascular, neuroscience, medical, surgical, and diabetes operating units. The company has raised its dividend yield for 44 years in a row, making it a good dividend investment to buy and hold. As of November, NYSE, MDT, David Rescott of Truist has a buy recommendation on Medtronic plc. The analyst price objective is $142. Medtronic plc, NYSE, MDT, exceeded expectations with a $1.32 EPS in the second quarter of 2022. Revenue increased by 2.62% to $7.85 billion. Medtronic plc, NYSE, MDT, has also increased by more than 1%. According to Insider Monkey's 867 hedge fund data for the third quarter, 62 have $2.3 billion invested in Medtronic plc, NYSE, MDT. In the second quarter, 68 hedge funds owned approximately $3.4 billion in the company. Number 7. Exxon Mobil Corporation, NYSE, XOM. 5.6% dividend yield. Exxon Mobil Corporation, NYSE, XOM, is a US-based international oil and gas company. The Texas-based firm is the largest descendant of Standard Oil. It has raised its dividend yield for 39 years in a row and was founded in 1999 by the merging of Exxon and Mobil. The company reported $1.58 EPS for the third quarter. The EPS was 6 cents above expectations. A year ago, ExxonMobil, NYSE, XOM, reported revenue of $73.79 billion, topping projections by $2.09 billion. ExxonMobil Corporation, NYSE, XOM, is up 8.96% in the last 6 months and 52.96% year-to-date. ExxonMobil Corporation, NYSE, XOM, was owned by 64 hedge funds in the third quarter of 2021. In the second quarter, 68 hedge funds owned the business. The overall stake value for both quarters was $4.6 billion. Number 6. AT&T Inc., NYSE. Dividend yield of 8.5%. AT&T Inc., NYSE, is a global leader in communication services, as well as other related products and services. Due to its recent business improvements in October, the company is likewise regarded as a top dividend stock to purchase and hold. At the time, the company boasted 70% new customers. It is an American multinational conglomerate holding company and the country's largest mobile phone carrier. AT&T Inc., NYSE, was upgraded from underweight to sector weight by KeyBank analysts in October. The company's third quarter EPS of 87 cents surpassed forecasts by 8 cents. Revenue was $39.92 billion. In the third quarter, 66 hedge funds out of 867 held around $3.2 billion in AT&T Inc. In the second quarter, 68 hedge funds invested in the firm. The entire stake value was $2.9 billion in Q2. Number 5. The Procter & Gamble Company, NYSE, PG. Dividend yield of 2.4%. Procter & Gamble, NYSE, PG, is an American global corporation established in Cincinnati, Ohio. It was created in 1837 and has increased its dividend payout for 65 years in a row. Procter & Gamble, NYSE, PG, reported $1.61 EPS in the first quarter of 2022, exceeding projections by 2 cents. A year ago, the firm made $20.34 billion, exceeding projections by $445.19 million. P&G, NYSE, PG, has gained 7.39% in the last 6 months and 7.87% year-to-date. In the third quarter, Insider Monkey tracked 69 hedge funds with $64 billion in Procter & Gamble, NYSE, PG. In the second quarter, 68 hedge funds invested almost $69 billion in the company. Number 4. Bristol Myers Squibb Company, NYSE, BMY. The dividend yield is 3.5%. Bristol Myers Squibb Firm, NYSE, BMY, is a pharmaceutical company based in New York. The company is among the world's largest of its kind, according to the Fortune 500 list of the toppest corporations. A dividend raiser for 73 years running, it is among the greatest dividend stocks to purchase and own. Bristol Myers Squibb Company, NYSE, BMY, reported $2 EPS for the third quarter, 8 cents higher than expected. Revenue increased 10.28% year-on-year, exceeding projections by $100.06 million. Based on our research, 74 hedge funds owned $4.8 billion worth of Bristol Myers Squibb Company, NYSE, BMY, in the third quarter of 2021. In the second quarter, 73 hedge funds owned $5.2 billion in the company. Number 3. Merck & Company Inc., NYSE, MRK. The dividend yield is 3.2%. Merck & Company Incorporated, NYSE, MRK, is another pharmaceutical company based in New Jersey. Based on the company's future prospects, it is one of the best dividend stocks to purchase and hold. For example, Argus analyst David Tung expects the company to earn $5 billion to $7 billion in revenue in 2022. In November, Truist analyst Robin Karnauskas gave Merck & Company Inc. a $95 price objective, is also set by the analyst. Merck & Company, Inc. reported $1.75 EPS, surpassing forecasts by 20 cents. A year ago, the firm made $13.15 billion, exceeding projections by $833.53 million. Merck & Company, Inc. has gained 11.34% in the last year. In the third quarter of 2021, 77 hedge funds owned Merck & Company, Inc. The stakes totaled $4.6 billion. In the second quarter, 79 hedge funds owned shares worth $5.3 billion. Number 2. AbbVie Inc., NYSE, AbbVie. The dividend yield is 4.8%. AbbVie Inc. is a biopharmaceutical company. The company was created in 2013 as an Abbott Laboratories subsidiary. Regardless, its 50-year streak of dividend increases makes it one of the best dividend companies to purchase and own. In the third quarter, AbbVie Inc. posted an EPS of $3.33, topping projections by 11 cents. This year's revenue came in at $14.34 billion, exceeding expectations by $43.28 million. AbbVie Inc. is up 3.58% so far this year. According to our data, 81 hedge funds owned $4.1 billion in AbbVie Inc. during the third quarter of 2021. In the second quarter, 82 hedge funds owned shares worth $5.4 billion. Number 1. Johnson & Johnson, NYSE, J&J. Dividend yield of 2.7%. Johnson & Johnson is another healthcare or medical business on our list, and has boosted its dividend yield for 59 years running. The business also developed a vaccination against the coronavirus pandemic. As of October, Raymond James Jason Bedford rates Johnson & Johnson as outperform. The company reported $2.60 EPS for the third quarter, beating forecasts by 25 cents. With a 10.7% increase over the previous quarter, revenue was $23.34 billion, up from $23.31 billion. Johnson & Johnson is up 2.39% this year and 11.53% for the year. Johnson & Johnson was valued at $6.9 billion by 88 hedge funds in the third quarter of 2021. In the second quarter, 88 hedge funds held positions in the firm, valued at roughly $7.1 billion. What do you think about our video? Please let us know in the comments area below. If you enjoyed this video and would want to hear from me again, please subscribe and turn on the notification before leaving. Thank you for watching us.